And we are live. We are back once again on a Tuesday live stream here, trying to stick with our normal Tuesday, Thursday schedule. And a good day for it, too, as we are just 24 hours away from the rate cuts to determine if we are wrecked or if we are back, baby. Joining me, as always, our fearless leader, Mr. Jan, and Simple Jack, a.k.a. the chart man, Andrew. What's going on, gents? How are we doing today?
Not too bad. How are you?
Tired today, man. Tired.
Yeah, I'm feeling that too, man. I'm feeling that too.
I think it's the market, man. It's taking a toll on everyone.
It's true. Every day I look at it, I'm just like,
well, it's gonna be a big next couple days for the markets. We've got the jobs, the JOLTS, the JOLTS job openings numbers coming out today. Forecasted 7.2 million. We'll find out here in a couple hours what that's at. That will be a very interesting kind of test for us to see. But I mean, I personally think the rate cut decision's done and sorted already, but this could definitely have an effect on that. Might give some of the 50-point basis cutters on Polymarket a little hope. So last chance to get in. $1. I think what I looked today. What does $1 get you? $1 on the. Let's hear it is. $1 on the rate cut for 50 basis point gets you like, shit, where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Here we are. 50 basis point, $1 bet makes you $125.
well, it's not bad. I'd be down to throw $10 in. YOLO.
$20 gets you $2,600. $100 makes you more than $15,000.
Wow.
Yeah, those are some wild odds. Crazy.
Yeah. So I think it's all but a foregone conclusion that we're going to get a 25 basis point cut and keep the markets rolling for a little longer. But
yeah,
we will find out very, very soon. Now, a lot of stories we're going to cover today talking about, again, more and more stuff bullish on the macro. There's a lot going on. That's, I guess, positive for the dollar in some ways, at least in the short term, going to increase the strength of the dollar while everything else continues to fall to zero. The mightiest of all the shit fiats still hanging on. But how are the charts looking today? What's how's the Dixie? What's Bitcoin? What are we looking like today, Andrew?
Yeah, it's a mixed bag. We've been just kind of like range bound, just playing up against these upper ranges, right? Especially on the equities. Still kind of technically in the short reload zone here. This is kind of the area where you would normally expect to see some resistance. Also, it's playing against these previous highs, these local highs here. So there's some back and forth, a bit of resistance, maybe some stop run attempts here. And then obviously the all-time high is not too far off. I do feel like we are trying to get to that all-time highs here. Market is trying to price in the rate cuts. I believe the consensus is already 25 basis point. And so the market has been kind of rallying. Bit of a sell-off yesterday, which was kind of interesting to see. Market got a little bit spooked. There was like a big earthquake that hit Japan and some other stuff like that. But essentially, yeah. So essentially, we're just kind of chilling right now. Top of range at the moment. Trying to see whether or not we start putting in double tops here. If we do start getting those, then I'd be a little bit concerned for the bulls on the equities. Otherwise, we're just kind of consolidating and then waiting for this FOMC to see what's going to happen on the other side. But as of right now, it's like I said, we're just kind of at the top of the range. No real trades here at the moment. If you are looking for shorts, this is kind of the area you would be kind of looking to hunt. But I personally don't have any setups here at the moment. So still on the bull side, but cautious. Especially as Dixie is starting to put in a little W here. Dixie could be trying to put in a little bit of a bottom. They tried to break out initially on this massive weekly chart. Pretty much came close, got rejected twice. So now we're just kind of retesting these original, breakouts. If we hold here, we start rallying back up, then, risk market might get a little kick in the nose here. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I think a lot of this is going to be revolving around the FOMC. Not just the rate cut, but also probably listening into Powell. It's always important to listen to see how Powell is thinking for the future and then what he's got planned for next year. So that's going to be the main thing there. Crypto.
How
really,
baked in do you think these rate cuts already are?
Sorry?
How baked in do you think the rate cut already is? I mean, typically, right? I mean, Polymarket's 95%, 25 basis point cuts. If we get that, probably not much of a barn burner for the markets. I know a lot of times when we see big movements off this, we get something unexpected. What do you think? How baked in is this?
I think it's pretty much baked in already.
We're going to get a little sell the news action maybe?
Yeah. So we'll know tonight because I guess tonight and tomorrow is kind of the final nights. So we'll kind of see if the market wants to rally. If we do start selling off here, then it's almost better if the market does sell off into the event because then, on the other side, it's usually the opposite effect. Then the buying starts kind of coming in. If we rally too hard into the FOMC, then, normally you would expect a sell off, sell the news type situation. So still a little, we still got some time here to kind of see how the market's kind of pivoting and deciding. But as of today, during Asia hour, it looked a little bit weak. During the US hour, probably looked a little bit more different. So just kind of watch the charts and see how it goes from here. It's a coin flip, in my opinion, at this point.
Yeah, I also agree. I think it's going to be really interesting. The markets will move more on what Jerome Powell says in the meeting notes than the actual rate cut. I mean, assuming we get a 25 basis point rate cut.
Yeah. If there's a surprise where we get 0 cuts, then obviously that's probably going to cause the market to sell off and panic. But I'm pretty sure they've already decided to cut it. So
I don't know, man. The spot volume, as you said, has been very low. Overall, it's December. I think it's already priced in.
Yeah. I mean, considering last week we were rallying quite strongly. Things were kind of popping off pretty strong before that weekend, and then now things are just kind of cooling down a bit. So definitely some front running from last week for sure. And so now, I mean, looking at Bitcoin now, we technically have our valid setup here. We got our double bottoms in, we got our bullish divergence, we have our oversold conditions, and we're within the reload zones. So at this point, it's just really sitting and letting your setups work, and then just watching and seeing if it works or not. I got my bets in the last couple of weeks. We were kind of feeling more and more bullish as we were kind of starting to carve out these structures here against these bottom out ranges. So still in the same boat of all right, I'm still on the bull, still on the long side here. Until we start losing these lows, I think we're going to be okay. But as you can see, we've just been kind of tightly ranging and consolidating here instead of just breaking out. So I'm thinking probably have to wait till FOMC. Maybe there's some goodies waiting for us on the other side. And then that could be the catalyst to kind of give this a nice little push here. Otherwise, if we do start breaking down, we break those lows, then, just close the trade, hop off, and wait for the next setups. Ethereum's the same thing. Really just watching these W's play out. These can take days, weeks, who knows? So at this point, it's just nothing to do. Just let your trades work, and then just kind of hope for the best. We have all the ingredients for the markets to rally here, technically. So it's just really waiting for liquidity to step up and, people start smashing the buy button and stuff.
But where would that liquidity come from? Just from Fed printing more money or what? I know that Nathan has been at my place and we're listening to different podcasts, and every podcast is literally saying we're in a recession. Normal people, they don't have money.
Yeah, which is crazy because you look at the stock market and it's that does not look like a recession. This looks like
but remember, this is always rich people. They have a lot of capital in the stock market, right?
Yeah,
normies don't really have it.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, we'll look a little later here at the M2 just hit a new all-time high. So, I mean, as far as liquidity coming into the market, there's liquidity out there. I think it's like $23 trillion in the M2 supply now, which covers essentially all the cash and things like money markets and things of that nature sitting around the world that are traditionally ready to come into risk on assets when the environment turns right. But yeah, that's not your average everyday guys. I mean, I'm sure some of that is retirement funds, 401ks, et cetera. But that if that money comes in, if and when that money comes into a lot of the risk on assets and stuff, yes, that will have an effect on putting more money in people's pockets elsewhere. But yeah, 100%. There's a noticeable difference between average people. What kind of money they have. Their credit card debt is at an all-time high in the U.S. I think credit card debt just hit $5 trillion. Rates have been coming down, but credit card interest rates have not budged even slightly. So yeah, it's definitely the charade continues.
I mean, just gotta keep kicking the can down further at this point. This is what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So right now, also in like the alt market, we're kind of in an inflection point here where, either the stablecoin dominance starts putting in a W here, and then everything starts nuking, or if we're fortunate enough, this starts curving back down lower. We can start getting some of those triple tops kind of confirmations in here, and then hopefully we can get that curve back up on the alt indexes and start putting in some of those Ws. That would be the most ideal situation. But as you can see right now, we're just kind of going back and forth. And, stablecoin dominance does look like it's trying to perk up here at the moment. So a little concern for these alts, but, they're trying. Like a lot of names are trying to put in little Ws, same thing on Bitcoin ETH. You got Ws against bottom of the ranges. You got, bull divs. You got oversold conditions. RLZs. So it's only a matter of time. Either we start breaking lower again, or we actually do start finally confirming some of these bottoms. There's a couple of names that I kind of liked in the last day or two. Tau, for example. So we're back in the reload zone off of these range from this low to this high. We got these double bottoms coming in structure. We got these nice big bull divs and MACD. We got oversold conditions, and we're just playing around the different ranges, and seeing if this will work out or not. So this is kind of like my main setup, right? Location, momentum, structure. Once you have all three, you just kind of position size the way you need to. So this was one of them. Mantle. I still think Mantle looks good here as well. I like this double bottom that's been forming. Big bull divs. We were quite oversold. Reload zones. So these are kind of the main ones that I'm kind of looking at right now. And the type of setups that I use is quite consistent. So you're just looking for reload zones of 61.8 to 78.6 on the fibs. You're going to be looking for bullish divergences on the MACD, oversold conditions on either the RSI or Williams percentage R. And then structure, which is double bottoms in price. And that's what you use to enter. And then you set your stops against the W and yada, yada. But overall, we got all these trades in. It's really nothing to do at this point except just kind of sit and wait and just let the setups play out. So still in all the positions that I picked up last week. And just either looking for new trades or just monitoring the old ones and making sure if they get stopped, we just hop off.
Sitting and waiting, everybody's favorite.
Bottom. It looks very bottom at the moment. Like there's so good opportunities, but there's like no buyers.
I know, and it's so annoying because I'm like, we're in such a good position for a lot of these names, and we just need some fresh liquidity to come in. And usually, end of the year buying has always been the most profitable for me. Like even in the stock market, like end of year buying has always been the best. Like buying in from October to December. And then going into January to March is kind of when you start taking your profits, and you can get some pretty big swings usually. So I'm kind of betting on that again for this year. Like this is the kind of time to be buying. I want to be buying ahead of this Christmas kind of euphoria, New Year's holidays, and then just kind of hoping for the best at this point. So, yeah.
Well, if you got money to DCA, it's looking like a tasty time to do so.
Yeah, DCAs are always good. Yeah.
If you would have to pick something for January, like if you guys would have to say, are you guys bearish or bullish?
For January?
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean bullish just because I'm biased right now because of all of my longs. Also, like, you know, December to January, like these have always been some of my most profitable months, and so I'm kind of just betting on that.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think I'm bullish overall in 26. Definitely later in Q1, especially bullish. I think January, though, you know, if we fast forward 6 weeks from now, I think prices are higher than they are right now. I don't know that they're going to be, you know, Bitcoin 110K or ETH 4,000, 4,500, but I do think we're above where we are now. I think the real exciting stuff comes a little later in Q1.
Yeah, I think the later half.
Once everyone has capitulated.
Yeah, exactly.
How much more can there be?
Oh, trust me,
we've already been hit so many times. Oh my god.
Well, maybe not to capitulate in the sense of like, you know, another huge nuke or like, you know, people, you know, losing more money or whatever, but like the attention span has dropped. Like nobody's paying attention to crypto. You know, if you rewind back to whatever, September, August, and look at, you know, Google searches and, you know, the activity that we see on just anecdotally going on Twitter right now, like it's a ghost town. Like nobody's doing anything. Nobody's talking about shit. Right. So I think from that point, you know, another month of sideways and boring, even some dips and stuff like that. And enough people will then have completely forgotten about crypto. All the big guys have got their buys in. You know, the Wyckoff accumulation hasn't been in full effect for a bit, and might be ready to start sending it again later in Q1.
Well, yeah, usually the fear and greed that lasts for at least 3-4 months. And obviously we had one of the biggest capitulation events in October. So that's still affecting. So I do think we are still bearish in January, but after that, we will see some uptick.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. Bearish sentiment in January. I think prices, though, probably close to where we are, maybe a little up.
Oh, we need a bullish January. I need the year to start strong, boys. Honestly, like I look at like a lot of like stock charts as well, and like it's like the same as crypto. Like a lot of things are just kind of like against the bottoms. You know, a lot of W's. So I do feel like, you know, it is trying to set something up here, but you know, the thing is this market's so volatile, like everything changes within a week. So gotta just have like strong convictions, loosely held, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for charts today. Just I think Tau and Mantle are like kind of the new 2 picks that I'm kind of focusing on. Everything else I have still open, like Link, Sui, Pendle, etc. ETH, Bitcoin. I think right now it's just monitoring and just sitting and waiting at this point. And if the setups hit, they hit. If they don't, then, you know, so be it.
Love it. Well, we'll hop into some stories here. I know we haven't covered any new M&A projects in a while or any new OTC deals. On one hand, yeah, that we will be getting to some more of those soon. Don't let that think that things are bearish on either of those fronts. It's actually quite the opposite. Things are red hot in M&A and OTC. Still, a lot of buyers out there looking for quality projects. From our perspective, what we are seeing and what we've had, part of the reason we haven't had any new deals to show, the deals that we're getting right now are how do I put this? They're mostly private deals, and that typically means it's a very large foundation. It's like a tier 1 project that there's a reputational risk or a community risk or whatever. if they were to be doing something publicly. So we're doing very well. Like things are great. If you are looking for OTC and if you are looking for M&A, like hit us up. We've got some fantastic deals right now in our private books that we'd love to share across here, and we will soon have some public deals to share as well in the next week or two here.
Nice.
No, I agree. Also, some of the buy side and sell side have been like very large size, like from $5 to $10 million. So
yeah, lots of good opportunities still out there. All right. Well, where do we want to start today? I think we already kind of talked a little bit about the economics calendar. So we've got the job openings tonight and tomorrow, quite a few things. FOMC, the biggest one, the rate decision there coming up tomorrow at 2 p.m. What time zone? 2 p.m. That should be Central, right? GMT? No, GMT -5 is not Central.
It's going to be R1 a.m. If you're in Asia.
R1 a.m. in good old Vietnam.
So yeah, it'd be like 1 a.m. Thursday. Or 2 a.m. It's actually saying 2 a.m. Wherever you are in Asia. Yeah.
It'll be in the middle of the night in Asia.
It always isn't the worst time. Like it pretty much is during our bedtime.
Yep. Yeah. So 25 basis point decrease up to 95% now. Pretty much a lock on Polygon. I think it's a safe bet, but not a lot to be earned there. More and more, look at this, man. It's like any other type of investing. Fear and greed. So just when was this? Yeah. A little over a month, not even a month. This is what, November 20th here. So that was 3 weeks ago, not even 2.5 weeks ago. 76% no change. Man, the guys that got in nose there are sitting pretty good. And the guys that got in on the yes for a 25 base point decrease when it was all the way down at 22%, those guys are free rolling it right now. Those guys are looking to make a fat stack of cash. So if you've been following, we've been covering a lot of the poly market stuff. Those are some that might be a good strategy to look at when you get these freak swings like this. If there's not much merit to them, if it's just market speculative hype, might be an opportunity to get inverse bids in on those. Now, just 2.5 weeks later, look where we're back at. They're back down to 5 and 95. So good. Interesting stuff there. Poly market has become more and more of a hobby of mine, just to go on there and mess around. I still haven't placed any bets. I need to look into that. I saw one of the stories we're going to cover here today. MetaMask, MetaMask is moving to integrate poly market, so that should make it nice and easy to be able to bet poly market right in your MetaMask app here very soon. Prediction markets continue to take over. I've been seeing tons of news about it. Obviously, we covered last week our boy CZ getting in the predictions market game. We covered some of the top trends to be looking forward to. Obviously, AI, robotics, prediction markets was in there. So I don't know. There's a couple out there that are tokenized. We've got a few. If you're interested, if you're on the business side of getting into prediction markets, we've got a couple of prediction markets available right now for acquisition. Definitely hit us up on that. I think the future is still bright for poly market and Kalshi. What's Binance's one now? Predict.fun. It's terrible name.
But my question for you guys: so is prediction market gambling or not?
Kinda. It's pretty much sports betting, is it not? It's like the exact same thing.
Yeah, it's decentralized. It's decentralized prop bets.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of depends, like which category. Like if you're talking about like the sports bets and the rate cut type stuff, like I think 100% falls into the betting category, gambling category. In terms of like when we're looking at prices of Bitcoin and stuff, that is basically this options trading. So if you consider options trading gambling, which some people do, and maybe rightfully so, then yes, that side of poly market and the prediction markets is also gambling. If you consider that an investment strategy, then okay, maybe it's not. Maybe that side of it's not gambling. But overall, in my opinion, this is just it's decentralized. It's DeFi for gambling. They've taken the bookie's job and they put it on chain.
Yeah.
So
I just like that you can bet on it.
I do agree, but I do say it's gambling.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, especially like, like how do you look at the sports betting stuff on here and be like, that's not gambling. It's decentralized predictions market. It's like, it's fucking gambling.
Yeah.
Like who's gonna, you're bidding on, like, who do we got? We got NHL. Like I think this week is one. That was a big one I saw. We got NFL here, like NHL games. They just wrapped up a little bit ago. Some of these games were live earlier. Different prop bets. I mean, it's literally like, prop bets. Here's they got the spread in here. Like this is like if you go to a bookie, if you go to Vegas, like this is exactly what you're going to see. Like it's 100% the same. What do we got in the UFC coming up here?
CS2, League of Legends, Dota. This is so funny. It's got everything,
bro. I mean, it's all on here. Sports, finance, geopolitics. We can bet on when Maduro is going to get ousted from office. Will Israel strike Lebanon? 100% yes.
Oh my God.
Nobel Peace Prize winner Donald Trump leading the pack at 19%. That's one I did not expect. Bro, you could have too much fun with this though. Like sports betting is one thing. When you can come in here and bet on
literally anything.
Reports, geopolitics. What are the tech ones? Which company has the best AI model in 20? Like, how do they? Like, this is my question. Like, what are the metrics what is best made? Right? Is it most users? Is it like highest rated by some random fucking guy? Like, how are they determining this for the smart contract execution? What's Sam Altman going to say on the Tonight Show? Ridiculous. But hey, there we go. Person of the year.
This weather.
Weather.
It's gonna be funny.
Where I didn't even see that. Oh yeah, weather. Highest temperature in London. How many 7.0 earthquakes by June 30th? Highest temperature in New York. These are ridiculous, man. I love it. So do either of you guys have you done much of this? So if I go on and I create a pool and it gets a whole bunch of trading volume, am I getting a cut of that as well?
I don't know.
Or is it just
I haven't really explored it too much, to be honest.
I'm sure there's a whole economy around how to get your prop bet trending.
Yeah.
I mean, you're betting against AIs, basically.
Sure.
Gamblers.
Honduras presidential election. But yeah, when is Maduro going to get booted? Is the U.S. going to strike Venezuela? Interesting stuff. Well, into some blockchain news. Poland continues to be one of the most basest countries around. Now the only country in the EU not to pass the Miko crypto bill. Good for you, Poland. Good for you.
So on this news, this is a little bit different because they are introducing Mika, but it's a little bit different. It's their own regulatory framework. So yes, they're not bypassing Mika, but they are bypassing their own regulation.
Gotcha. So it's Pika.
Interesting. So they're creating their own system, essentially, that's compliant to the rest of Europe.
Well, we'll look into that more. Maybe come back with some new info in the future for you on that. Here's someone who tried to create his own system and failed miserably. Do Kwon. Now there's the prosecutors now seeking 12-year sentence for Terra former founder Do Kwon in crypto fraud case. 12 years doesn't seem like a long time for the amount of money this guy blatantly stole from people. Like didn't like Nadolf and those guys get life?
Yeah.
So how much did Sam get from FTX?
I think he was facing like 25.
Yeah.
Or
I think it was somewhere in the 20s.
Yeah. Let's ask Grok. How much time did SBF get? 25 years. Yeah, 25 years in federal prison. Diddy's gone now. Diddy got out apparently, or Diddy's had a sentence reduced to like a year or 2 years, and like most of that's time served already. So he's going to be losing his good buddy Diddy here soon. Unbelievable. What a world we live in.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, we talked a bit earlier about the potential strengthening of the U.S. dollar. What's going to be interesting to see is how the relationship with U.S. dollar and Bitcoin continues to develop, because we've seen, traditionally when dollar goes down, Bitcoin goes up, an inverse relationship. But what happens when the only reason the dollar is continues to stay up is because everything else is collapsing harder than the dollar. That would traditionally be when we would expect to see Bitcoin be strong. Do we see potential where the dollar continues to remain strong relative to other fiat currencies, and Bitcoin also continues to rally? But this is something that this story here, the Western Union launching a crypto card based in USD, going to be a big prop for the US dollar. It's going to allow people in other countries, poorer countries that don't have strong fiat currencies, to put money into the US dollar, where a lot of times they are not going to be able to access that, certainly not as easily or transferably as they can with stable coins.
Well, I think this is the trend we're going to be seeing. Like every big payment company will have their own stablecoin.
Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
More central banks. Yay. Oh no.
Well, essentially. But again, that's the whole. We talked about this a couple times, but the whole reason that one of the main reasons the U.S. government's had such a hard on for crypto, doing such a big 180, is in the Genius Act. There, all new stable coins being created for U.S. dollar are going to have to be backed by U.S. Treasury bonds. That's a massive get out of jail free card for the U.S. government. Fixing their problem with no one wants to buy our shitty debt. So more stable coins, kicking that can down the road further for the U.S. government. They are Western Union doesn't seem like they're creating their own stablecoin, but they didn't necessarily release what stablecoins are going to be using. It would make sense for someone like Western Union. They're a perfect use case for a stablecoin. Now, whether they're going to use Tether or somebody else, we'll see. But if I was Western Union, I'd be looking at doing my own stablecoin. I mean, why not? The cost to spin it up versus how much they'd be able to potentially leverage it for. I have to imagine that's a sound investment.
Mm-hmm.
I have here an article, speaking of stablecoins. Where are we at? Ethereum. Here we are. Ethereum processed almost $6 trillion in stablecoin volume in just Q4 this year. People have been talking about the explosion of potential explosion for Ethereum as stablecoins come on. Like, this is a little taste of that. We've just started to see the tip of the iceberg when it comes to stablecoin implementation and the mass adoption from traditional institutions. All the banks that have come out in the last couple of weeks, JP Morgan with their own stablecoin already, Walmart, Google, Amazon, all looking at doing their own stablecoins, et cetera. The vast majority of those continuing to be on Ethereum. People talk about $15,000, $20,000 Ethereum in the relatively near future. This is how that happens. That's a to put that in perspective, that's already significantly more than the transaction volume of both Visa and MasterCard.
That's crazy.
Wow.
Like that's crazy to me, because like Visa and MasterCard is like, they're fucking top dogs.
Biggest payment rails in the world until now, apparently.
Where's all the buys? Why is the market selling so hard?
Yeah, man, it makes me
back into the market, guys.
This is the kind of thing that makes me bullish on Ethereum, because what this is going to do, among many other things, is set a price floor on Ethereum. It's going to move Ethereum, make Ethereum less and less volatile and prone to the market cycles. If you've got all these stablecoin providers that are constantly running transaction volume, JP Morgan's not going to stop running transactions because Bitcoin's down, because the price of Bitcoin is lower. Like this is going to create transaction volume that is consistent regardless of market conditions.
And this will only grow up. You're just in the beginning.
This is Q4, $6 trillion just in Q4.
Yeah.
with that much of the stablecoin market that we're going to see in the next 5 years.
Plus the apps that we have at the moment, which are unusable.
Yeah. And Ethereum is now charging all the L2s properly to use the chain. They're going into privacy. Like Ethereum is going to see a massive wave of adoption in the next 10 years. I'm very long-term bullish on ETH.
Nice. Good for my bags. Hell yeah.
Good for all our bags.
I never lost hope, Ethereum. I always believed.
Well, here's something, Andrew, you should like to see here. The old 4-year cycle. We got the 4-year cyclers.
Yes, I hate this chart because I believe it. I think we're here, and I think the top is painfully killing us right now. But I still have this crazy amount of hopium of like, okay, well, even if we get a dead cat swing back to at least like near the all-time highs, I'm okay with that. But yeah, like long-term
will you
vision,
sell?
We should be topping here. I do agree with this cycle study. And
will you sell?
I should be selling, but I'm buying.
I'm saying if we cycle back to around all-time highs, everybody's gonna be like, it's back on, everything's bullish, 5-year cycle, super cycle, we're going all the way. Then it's gonna be hard to sell.
Maybe we'll see. That could be a big trap. That could be a big trap setting us up, like enticing the kids to come back in and then just nuke the charts.
That you're right. If we pump back to all-time high, it could be a massive trap, just trying to extract max value out here as we go into the bear market. Or the side of the camp that I fall into, this dip right now that we're seeing is a massive trap because it's just too coincidental that it lines up perfectly with the 4-year cycle, which I think is mad broken. But time will tell, folks. Time will tell.
Yeah. No, I've been aware of this chart for a while. I'm even like during these pops,
and you're still trading against it.
I know, I'm a fucking idiot. Because I have these hopium moments of like, okay, well, like even when it is starting to break down, there's always attempts to climb back up, right? So I'm trying to like catch these little like swings, which ultimately sometimes just kill you over time. But see what happens.
At least Cointelegraph seems to agree with you there, Andrew, saying it might be time to start DCAing back into altcoins as they have re-entered historical accumulation zones.
Ooh, interesting.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's why So these are kind of things that make me wonder with the whole 4-year cycle thing. Like this cycle doesn't line up with the 4-year cycle, right? The all-time high to Bitcoin halving doesn't line up with the 4-year cycle. The ISM has now broken out from the liquidity cycle doesn't match with the 4-year cycle like it used to. The rate cut cycle isn't matching up with the 4-year cycle. So I don't know, man. I'm bullish. I'm bullish as hell for 2026.
I'm hoping for just at least a good swing into January, boys. Please let me just get some doubles off. Like that's all I'm asking. Just a few more doubles, and I'll cash out. Like fuck.
Just a few more doubles. So you can round trip it one last time this cycle.
Yes, one more time, please.
Got to get one last round trip in.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's good to know, though. That's good. Like that's how I feel with altcoins. Like I feel like it's like a good time to like accumulate right now. So that's kind of what I'm doing with my bags. I'm just slowly picking things up and hoping this dead cat bounce, whatever happens, get some nice profits.
Well, whether or not we go into a bear or regain the bull in 2026, I think anybody that's in this industry for the long term, maybe that's been here for a while, that's still clinging to sanity and managing to survive in Web3 has got to be long term bullish on this sector. SEC Chair Paul Atkins saying over the weekend, all U.S. markets will be on chain within 2 years. I think 2 years is a little aggressive. We're talking, almost more than $100 trillion coming online in 2 years. I don't think that's realistic, but I like where his head's at. I like the direction he's looking. I do think, this is the trend that we're seeing, not just in U.S. markets, but all around the world is, people understand the power, the efficiency, the security advantages, all the many benefits of blockchain. And blockchain, not necessarily to be confused with crypto, but you're not putting the cat back in the box, right? So unless we have a new, better technology that comes out in the next, 5 to 10 years, we are going to continue to see this trend move to where anything, especially in finance, tech, and a whole other host of other areas of our lives, is going to continue to move on chain, which means all of the traditional assets, Bitcoin, Ethereum, top alts, et cetera, are going to continue to move on that up into the right trajectory. Obviously, there's going to be dips in between, but extremely bullish for this industry as a whole.
Mm-hmm. I like it. I'm definitely trying to stay bullish here.
How many years, Jan, before U.S. markets are fully on chain?
10.
5 years, 6 years.
That's probably more realistic. I think by then we'll have the road, tracks in place, the roadmap in place to make that happen. 2 years is a little aggressive, but we'll take it.
It's very short. It goes by really fast. Years going by very fast.
Yeah. But again, keep in mind that the U.S. stock market alone is what, 90 trillion?
I don't know the exact figure, but
something along. I believe it's massive. It's a massive amount of money. Think about the Ethereum transaction volumes when the entire U.S. stock market's trading on chain on Ethereum.
But imagine how much technology we need to build still for it to be able to do it. And
you got a ways to go.
Like, why would you do it?
Capital efficiencies.
Yeah, because once you tokenize things, you can raise more money.
Yeah.
And they can, you
can have stock and token. So you can have NFT collections.
And not have to go through all these crazy regulations. What? Okay,
I want to buy a BlackRock NFT that gives me exclusive early access rights to the Thinksters newsletter weekly.
I want access to their investment stuff. What are you guys investing? Let me in, please.
If you want to be able to buy a house 10 years from now, you have to own a BlackRock NFT or they're not going to sell you a house.
Legit. That's so true. They own so much of the fucking real estate. It's so crazy.
Oh, man.
Monsters.
CZ getting pretty excited, using all caps. Binance to first secure global licenses under ADGM, exchange, clearinghouse, and broker deals for global operations, full business coverage, and as a top tier regulators. Rewind back 2 years ago, CZ was in jail, and they were trying to shut Binance down. We've come a long ways, boys.
In 2 short years. Binance just crossed the 300 million users or something, or 400.
Crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty big. Why can't we have 400 million users?
I didn't know there were 300 that many users.
What else do we got here? We don't really want to talk about the great American debt crisis. That's not fun.
No, bears news.
AI continue to have an impact on all of the surrounding industries connected to it. Power is going to be a massive trend. I'd imagine the next few years. We've already seen how many trillions of dollars are dedicated just in the U.S. alone to building out AI facilities and pushing. There's kind of the global race between U.S., China, Russia, everybody who can be the leader in AI for not just everyday life stuff, but defense, quantum computing, et cetera. And a big part of that is they need the infrastructure. You can't run these massive LLMs. You can't continue to have these massive infrastructures and push the limit if you don't have power, if you don't have the server banks, et cetera. So there are massive dearths of workers right now. Even in the US, they're trying to hire and train welders, electricians, construction workers, et cetera, to be able to start building these things. And nuclear has come back. Everybody hated nuclear until now we need it for AI. And all of a sudden it's the greatest clean energy we've ever had. And why are we not building nuclear plants everywhere? So we're seeing a massive resurgence in nuclear and power here. the Jensen Huang effect. This is Oklo. They essentially they build miniature nuclear reactors. This is going to be something that is probably a hot topic in the next few years here, but it's already being discussed. Traditionally the nuclear power plants are federally owned, or it depends where you're at. Maybe the state owns it, but there's not a lot. They aren't necessarily like, they're very heavily regulated, and they're for municipalities. They're for public power, or these aren't. You're not allowed to have a private nuclear reactor to run your power plant or to run your factory. That may be changing very soon. A lot of these, there's been a lot of talk from Facebook, Google, Microsoft, the big players, OpenAI, and in the AI space, saying we need our own private nuclear reactors to make this economically feasible to run these giant AI models as we go forward in the future. That's exactly what this company does. Apparently, is build these miniature nuclear reactors. Seeing a massive jump in spike in price alongside AI stocks, Nvidia, et cetera, moving up. What are some other industries you see kind of riding the wave of AI, or that are essential to the AI industry, that we're going to be seeing some awesome bets in, or some awesome opportunities in the next 5 to 10 years?
That's on energy is very big. You need more energy.
Yeah, they're already complaining about it, that it's not enough. So obviously, seeing this happening to Oklo, clearly signs of energy being quite important. Semiconductors obviously are always going to be important as well. I'm still betting on semiconductors here as well.
Mm-hmm. Energy and semiconductors, folks. The future is at hand. I like this post from Coinbase Institutional, saying it's beginning to look a lot like recovery. We think crypto could be poised for a December recovery as liquidity improves. Fed cut odds jumped to 92%. That's now 95%. Macro tailwinds build. Liquidity is recovering. AI bubble hasn't popped. Short USD trades are attractive at current levels. So Coinbase, bullish at least on December. Now, when they say recovery, does that mean full on back into a bull run? Well, not necessarily, but could be a great leading indicator for Q1, what we're going to be seeing here. Now, as I shared earlier, most of us are pretty bullish here, or at least not terribly bearish on the immediate future. I don't know, Andrew, any thoughts? Are you feeling good and warm and fuzzy about your trades with Coinbase Institutional?
No, because now you got all these guys saying that bullish again, and I'm like, fuck. This is,
who is writing this shit? Like, where can you see bullishness?
Like, I feel like all these guys are like, we gotta get more trading volume, so let's just try to pump as many bullish stories to entice people to trade. That's what it feels like.
It was like all the banks betting in the beginning of the year where BTC price would be, and all of them were wrong.
What, wasn't one of them right? Fuck, I thought one of them was right.
No, everyone was.
I'd imagine there got to be fucking at least one. There's only 9 million of them out there squawking.
GG.
I mentioned M2 earlier. M2 money supply hits a new all-time high, $22.3 trillion. And that's a lot of cash.
Wow. It just keeps going. It never stops.
Are you ready for the tidal wave? Do we get the tidal wave next year? Or do we have to wait another bear market?
I think bear market. Let's see.
Always so bearish. You're bearish. The SEC's updated their agenda for December 15th on crypto. They're talking about privacy. They're talking about crypto and blockchain leaders, and you're bearish?
I like they talk about financial surveillance here, because Arkham just came out today, and they posted a bunch of addresses and stuff for Zcash. Something that was supposed to be shielded and anonymous is no longer. So I don't know.
All the people that were getting labeled anti-trans for being like, Zcash is dog shit, it's not a real privacy coin. They're like, you're just anti-trans. Maybe they were right. But yeah, that's another big thing coming up within the week here. We've got jobs report, we got rate cuts, and then end of the week here on December 5th. I think that's Friday, isn't it? Yeah, that's no, that's Monday next week. We've got the SEC meeting. Hopefully some good stuff going to be coming out of that. I'd imagine some bullish news that might excite and tantalize the markets a little bit leading into the Christmas holiday. Because of course, I mean, after next week, I mean, it's pretty much going to be curtains for the next 3 weeks to a month after that, as we have Christmas and New Year's. Everybody's traveling, holiday plans, post New Year's, all the big funds, all the big companies, they're just having internal meetings, doing, wrapping up from, recapping the last quarter, planning for Q1, planning for 2026, having all their internal meetings. So, it's getting ready to enter into a very slow time of the year for not just crypto, but maybe companies in general.
Should be exciting. Hopefully it goes well and we get some good news.
I mean, we personally, I'm excited. I'm bullish on the markets and very bullish on Acquire.Fi, what we've got going on. I think we've got a ton of momentum right now. We're working with some fantastic partners on both sides of, on the buyers and seller sides with some really great projects. Hoping to be able to help out some awesome founders to take their business to the next step in their journey. So I'm excited. I think 2026 is going to be a good year regardless of which way the markets go.
Yeah. Better cycle. 2026.
Please be more bullish.
I'm always bullish. It's you two that are bearish.
Yeah, I flip flop once a week. I go week by week. I just kind of follow my charts.
That's all the stories I got for you guys today. Nothing too crazy. Some interesting stuff going on in the macro environment for the U.S. dollar, for U.S. regulatory markets. It's a little bit of European news there, but macro environment continues to be bullish for crypto. But we'll find out. I think a big thing is tomorrow here.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right.
Bearish. All right, I guess that's it.
Yeah, we'll wrap it up here. We'll see you guys back on Thursday this week, our normal time. Jan, are you gonna be able to join us Thursday next week?
I will definitely try. Yeah.
All right. Well, looking forward to it. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Give it a like, give it a share, leave us a comment. Let us know what you want to see, what you want to talk about. If you want to get our opinions on anything crypto, macroeconomics, or otherwise, if you got a chart you want to see Andrew take a look at for you, let us know in the comments below, and we'll hit you up on Thursday.
See you guys.
See you guys.
All right. Later. Have a great rest of the week, everybody.